Welcome to the Synergy Gradebook Tech Tip on how to either have your semester grades done cumulative or quarter weighting. The system is set up so that it defaults to the cumulative for the semester, meaning that it's going to take all of the points throughout the whole semester and use that to calculate the final semester grade. The only setup that a cumulative teacher needs to do is underneath the gradebook setup, and the gradebook settings. The one and only setting that you need to do is have the grading period default for new assignments be for the assignment due date. This is the default, but again, you just want to make sure to check that it is set as such before you start your assignments. Once you start to create your assignment, it's going to look at the due date of that assignment and it's going to put that assignment in the proper marking period. You also have your basic gradebook setups that have not changed since last year. Assignment weighting, these are your categories, and depending if you want to weight the categories and the drop scores and the default points if you wish. If you do any of these changings and you update, you can apply them to all of your classes by selecting this button or specific classes if you wish. You also have your class settings that are here, which you usually do not change. The assignment types, which are your categories. The different score types that are already predefined, but you can add your own. Comments, which are the defaults. And rubrics, if you want to add your rubric or use one of the district default rubrics. Once you have your gradebook set up, then you can go to your gradebook and you can start to create your assignments as usual in the past. I prefer to use the quick assignment because it gives me a lot of information in one screen. So if I do a quick assignment, and notice that it defaults to the basic progress report because of the due date. If I change this due date to another day, let's say it would be in the end of the semester, notice that it automatically puts it in the proper grading periods as well as the semester. This is the one thing that all assignments for cumulative teachers for their semester need to have. It should always be showing semester for a grading period. Okay. If I change this due date to maybe earlier in the semester, notice what happens. It says I am in the progress report as well as the quarter as well as semester 1. So because of that one setting that we did, it's going to put the assignment in the proper marking period. So again, for cumulative teachers, the semester should always be visible along with the grading periods because of that setting. Now, once you have created multiple assignments, you can check to make sure that the cumulative semester grade is doing what it's supposed to by going to your gradebook, assignments, selecting all periods, and then this tab, grading periods. You should notice that the semester should have all of the assignments along with the earlier assignments should be in the proper marking periods, and it should look like this, where you have your second quarter assignments belonging into the proper, but it's this all semester 1 for all assignments. This Synergy Tech Tip is going to be for those that are doing quarter weighting, meaning that you want your semester to have a certain quarter weight, a certain amount of the final semester grade. So the default is set for cumulative semester grades. So those that want to use quarter weighting have a couple extra steps that they're going to need to do at the beginning and something to verify when you create your assignments. So the first step that the quarter weighting teachers want to do is underneath report card, there is an option called quarter weighting setup. I click on this. And this is where I want to specify how much is semester 1 going to come from quarter 1 and quarter 2, and how much is semester 2 going to come from quarter 3 and quarter 4. So the only buttons that you select is in this semester 1, and it is coming from quarter 1 and quarter 2. You want to specify how much do you want the semester 1 to come from quarter 1 and quarter 2. You leave all of these other ones alone. So let's say that I want my quarter 1 to be weighted 40%, and I want my quarter 2 to be the remainder, so that would be 60%. So I'm just going to update to show you, and if I wanted to apply this to all of my other classes and sections, I can do that below. I update, and you will notice that you have how is the semester being calculated. 40% from quarter 1, 60% from quarter 2. I now go down to semester 2, and it's just a repeat of what I did for semester 1. But quarter 3 and quarter 4 are the grade at weights that I'm going to be using. So let's say that I'm just going to do the same, 40 from quarter 3, 60, the remainder from quarter 4, and if I want to give it to my other sections and periods, I can do so below and update. You'll again see the confirmation in this upper right. The second setting that you need to do for your quarter weights for the semester grade is underneath Gradebook Setup. You want to make sure under the Gradebook Settings tab that the grading period default for new assignments is in the assignment due date. Okay, now there is going to be an additional option that teachers for quarter weighting are going to have to do every time they create an assignment. So when I go back to my gradebook and I create my assignment under quick assignment, there is where it's going to realize where I am. So when I create my assignment, I'm going to specify a due date. And let's say that this due date is in the first marking period. So I click in August. Notice that it says this grade is going to go into the first progress report and quarter 1, which is good, but then it also goes into the semester bucket, which I do not, because the semester is a combination of quarter 1 and quarter 2. So I don't want all assignments to go into the semester bucket. It has to go into the quarter, and then the system looks at each quarter to calculate the semester. So I need to remove that semester button or option in the grading period when I create assignments. Let's say that I get later in the quarter or the semester and I am in the next quarter. Notice that it's in quarter 2, which is fine, but then it shows up with the semester. I need to remove that. For quarter weighting teachers, that semester grading period should never be visible. You should only have either the IPR in quarter or the quarter. The system will calculate the semester based upon what's in the quarter.